like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get, too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? My window.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 180! 57. You must be 12.
Garoppolo on first down. There's the first NFL catch for South Carolina's Deebo Samuel. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his first NFL reception, goes for 6 as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. So Dalton now. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. DeForest Buckner picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Kevin Huber now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 27 yards there, a first down. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
He gives it up. He's got the first down inside the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
That was a heck of a sprint. Tried to get to the end zone, didn't quite get there, just short, out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I know the defense is relieved he didn't get to the end zone, and the guy who was carrying the ball, a little frustrated, he didn't make it all the way.
They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown on the season. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Bengals nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken at the 23. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 40.
Here we go. 180. 56 is the mark. And we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch twist.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They go counter with Breida. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Switch.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go. Flat 80! Shoot! I got you! Alert flat!
On second down, it's Coleman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the run.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Andrew Billings with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Mike, that's up. Lead. Danny. Here we go. We're good. That's up.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Dalton here from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
56, Mike, 56.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 35-yard line.
Buddy up! 56 is the mic. Go, go, go.
On second down, a run with Breida. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first throw for the backup Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it?
Here we go.
Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Mike, hot, lead. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Out, 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 out. Check 26, check 26. Cloud.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Going deep downfield for Ross. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton going deep downfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means
and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching paper.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 21. Slant. You draw quarter.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Here we go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Running out of the gun here, Breida. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Get him, boy.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Oh, Gold missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, off the mark. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Get ready. Get ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now to the air, Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Dalton gives to Bernard, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Again, it's Mixon. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
59-yard attempt.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
4 yards on the dump-off. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? They're going to need some therapy after this. Spawn, man.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They run with Breida, looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
First down, 49ers.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. Hardy Nickerson there to make the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go. 180. 6 right there, 56. I'm coming.
Now it's Breida. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready. Not a wolf. 56 is the mic. Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Bosa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 180. 56. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
This is Breida. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
56. Hey, here I come.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And Gold is able to put it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
At the 15-yard line.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
And they will take a knee here. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. They're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the 49ers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Some of gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Debit 3, wins come in 2s. Cash comes in 1s. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up the pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got the bad one. They wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down. Hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my bills